So, so I think that guy is your point that but it's very difficult. Yes, masinya kutsibu era olekera ky'omunabwire kutsibu tukagerera obwembetya obwa FDC ky'omunabwire kuri Talkshow kandi erengerera abembetya FDC ky'omunabwire kutsibu restaurant ku FDC masinya kutsibu olekera ky'omusondolye kutsibu ky'omunabwire tukalebya kandi ky'akyatuwete. And by the way, we have that tuwete omuyisa ky'omunabwire tuwete omwenda omukulu tumusabula omukulu amafabi akabya inyakabene ky'omunabwire kwa kineba musondoli. So ngutu olubibero no olere ngengerera na kusisibo amebita betu aba FDC atubongera wote evalatu people batubongera ky'omunabwire kusibo kantinyerwe mukabana ekyo. Maybe calling one of our own on the floors. Ora mukaye abushoboye kirire kendegana kunana ky'omunabwire ati ni writinga mushakoro kwese candidate. Please do
abali probanzo abekiniva musondolya nama basima musanane libya imunatulipirire eriwololya munabire kenda masima kusibu owulire betewe radio eno erituhererya omwisa oweresya kane nabo probanzo owo mu district eyo kasese muri probanzo ninje kabo Florence au Maniri au abantu bosi mu parliament umane go parliament neryo kandi ingabiyasa nabenzi banene aba ole basetena lakini binaka bakola yako amena wabo nakulabiriria ekikuriti ekikalipito mu district eno president wetu aliasia kangana ya ebi endererwa biwe ebyelekiri na bwati akaisunga eryembembetya eryanga lino eri Uganda. So tulyesia tongora ya erilo njinga tulyesia tongora ya ebyakindenderaku ekiruberera ekyamalekinaasa akasente
muba katurambo mwaka ndoroko ne bibujo ambona mwakalangere kasasiano abara wayo announcement campaign na wono kasante no ambakashi ba hano ky'omunabwire bata nabo kwa uteze ky'omunabwire
ekasese mwakasema alwakana hikokolu korimi amasanga n'abantu babirito kwa bepe abantu babiro kwibanda bakamulengerera amatanga kire kikorongo agenda ba erihika hari ikirete rumba abantu ibasire okwanzira sierwanzire nisibarwanzira karwaho kusanga toma higane cha rumba isima bidikase binango banende aharale itole rieka hwera baita abantu bamagwambo paka
abuye
toma rwande cha rumba abantu sibanzira karwayo ni bwambo abantu bakasese bamakangana president wetu rwanzu runene erikangani FDC ikinabo irekose kandi ikayongera mu district ya Kasese.
ngara sana ole bonzo William angazo mobikuye de research
Kabo
turanaba wakabo aranaba
kabo
yes aranaba sitembe
Matia
yes
wasinja tutangirira kwachini mbatie kicho gai hano
yes
kandi n'abanyabenzo kali wasinja tutangirira ekyo kubanza His Excellency James Nathan Mandala Mafadi oyo kabya president abantu bamabya ine omundu oyo kalengekana atimbweno Miriam Assad,
Mm.
of liberation struggle.
Okay.
I got them,
Mm.
and that's like I Sakano, I can Changuera, party president work. The Honorable Engineer Boy Amriat, the city Hika. And at Romuisa or Changuera, Treasurer work, General Honorable Ekanya Joffrey, and you have been on my parliament since the 90s up to today. Nario. Yes, I know about this. I know. It's about Kasisi, Chimu, Kiribende, and a set of Mulisa, or Tangera, chairman, or party FDC, the honorable chairman Jack Sabit, and in a set of Tangera, you know, I honorable Bar, the member of parliament, Akalwa.
Before that, almost was subject to you has been here, I think, several years. I like this. I think if we were to really look about consistent in terms of support, this is you normally give some like assemble, like giving the assemble, like giving support, like appraisal or something. Yeah, this is anyway. Singe the Shakuro or Overhaul work alone, more than because I like to move here, but I like this. I like him.
And for me, Chad, local government.
Wow.
You know, one of the Mafadi who is actually doubling as our Secretary General and the Bambiat.
Yes.
They actually allocated us to the committee, the local government accounts committee. Wow. And the Honorable Jack Sabit was my chairman. Wow. So I know how local governments across the country operate. And that's the experience we are coming with the Honorable Nandala Mafadi when it becomes president in 2026.
But the chairman was connecting us and like Honorable Mafadi, World Bank. He is an economist. He is like knowing financial accountability and you are translating. Anyway, let's just move on.
And the chapter.
Yeah.
Now to let the value the MP wetu or Kaloma Senate City. It was on the boat. Konyogo, or only you wouldn't get wetu, or we hang out as well for democratic change. It was Yatungana on the boat Kanyama. Gogo, chairman wetu, you and the yetu. FDC and Kasese Yakacham on the Bukwera, new general secretary of Kasese on the Bokabuko, new district chairman. Oh, now Honorable Baguma Rosas, Yafragara went to Songora South. Then go Honorable Centenary, or you know, come away to Western Uganda, your national vice chairman. So I have looked to your much to your Mumaramu.
We can't doubt that the FDC has a cause. That is into direction here, and yeah, of course, there are many ways around that, but we can't really get out to say that you have really educated. But some other parties, second, what's supposed to be done because what Uganda is supposed to be. The Uganda election because Wamasamarera, what we did as the FDC, like showing, if we were in charge, if we were in charge like a party in the ruling government, we're supposed to have done 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's almost similar to the way.
So, Banamatia, okubutukubu buno leke tuligaye omugu ikaniye kazilalo aliwe nga namulabi omulenge webobobolo family yetu ya Mzee Hassan wekabatunda family eyo mulayika usiwa ko member wetu kandi ya twabutangira presidential candidate nzenga nga tutali ni mutaka wayo tusalira yekibanza so nga tutali ande bwana babi wesa ndo amabibi yawe again exumerede for the task so abantu bekabatunda bobo abantu abataka betu bobo ona bekayi you speak in Kwenda.
Yeah, just leave there.
Yes, the people of Kasese, I want to thank God for you. My name is Manifesto. I've been here in 2001, 2006, 2011, 2015, 2021, and we are now here. We hope that you will give us the support that we need. I really want to press that support the key. And FDC is strong in eastern Uganda, in Tororo, in the north and in central. May God bless you. He will be with you until Honorable Nathan Ndala declares
Honorable, can you give us confidence that by supporting Honorable Mafagi and that we want to have a new Uganda tomorrow?
Yes, because God has decided that the 40 days of President Museveni is now, and God has blessed us in FDC to lead the transition. Because even the Bible talks of 40 days, God has blessed FDC to lead the transition government, and that transition government is led by FDC and President. We are really committed. We have done all the planning. And we know how the NRA begins. We are prepared to protect what we need from Kasese is to first us with vote 90% where it used to be, and just look for the keys. In the east, we are prepared. In the north, we are prepared, and in Uganda, we are prepared. We want to assure the people of Kasese that the victor of FDC will not lead conflict, because we are going to give President Museveni peaceful retirement.
Maybe one thing, people have already that. Have no difference in the NRM. Why? Your previous candidate, who is the NRM chairperson, who is the party chairperson, is also the president candidate. Is it true or not?
We have serious difference. We are demanding.
Because they are saying your presidential candidate is also the FDC chairperson or president.
No, we are different. The FDC president is the chairperson, Honorable Jack Sabit. Honorable Nathan Ndala is the secretary general. The party president is Honorable Imi Amri, and the treasurer general. We have serious issues in terms of policy difference. As soon as we attain power, we are going to ensure all political prisoners are released. The youths are going to have jobs. The NRM has not been given this job. And all those issues will be explained by our candidate.
Yeah, thank you so much. Harold Kiriri, Town and Randa, you may know coach president FDC. And she a president of a party. You know, you men, no one, the president, the president of a party. You now, no one. So,
you're not like
so I think and you men put the candidate to a FDC as a presidential candidate. See a president which we party FDC. Sabere to Langire, party. I think
and you have to compete for it.
So let's go on with the discussion, because they told me, after the big man, somebody will come up. I've given the order. Overflow has to be by the president. I've given the order. So can we have now party president.
Good evening to listeners of Guide, this is Guide Radio 105 FM. My name is Patrick Oboyamriat, the president of FDC. I am happy to be on this radio again, talking to my good people of Kasese. And I will straight away clear the air on the difference between us and the other political parties. Whereas for us, a flag bearer can also be a presidential flag, the president of the party.
Yes.
Like was the case when I stood in 2021. I was the flag bearer for the presidency, but also the president of the party.
Yeah.
It is possible for somebody else to be a flag bearer, somebody else who is not the president to be a flag bearer. And this is exactly what is happening now in this contest, where the Right Honorable James Nathan Mafar was chosen by the party to be flag bearer of the FDC. He's the Secretary General. He's not the president of the party, but he can still be a flag bearer. And we have nothing against that. Our constitution allows that. And so, as I greet the people, I would like to say that the democracy that the FDC exercises and practices is unprecedented. It is above all the other political organizations. Because you can see what happens in the NRM, the National Unity Platform, the DP, UPC, they are owners of the parties. You know, they own these parties like it's personal property. This cannot happen in the FDC. You know, our growth is based on members. Our growth is based on, leaders who are elected. When their time comes to an end, you move out and somebody takes over. And we have term limits. And that is what one thing that James Nathan Mafar has promised us he will be doing when he becomes president. He will restore term limits. In our constitution, yes, I hear you.
Our parties, when you're the president of the party, you're the national chairperson. You become the king of the party.
How
do you manage that?
we don't have a kingdom in FDC. We don't, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. And we just don't talk about it. We practice it, and it is there for everybody to see that we are a party that exercises democracy to the letter, and I think that is our greatest pride. I was candidate yesterday, 2021. Because I am president, I didn't say no. It's going to be me again. I think we had to go through a meticulous process, and that process generated for us a leader whom we believe is the best candidate in this race.
Engineer, when you get on issues of politics, it's an issue of either you die or you survive. And normally in our parties, we have a party, political party. When somebody contests with you, I either win or becomes an enemy. How would you handle that?
We have gone above that. You see, I contested with the current flag bearer, James Nathan. We have been friends for 30 years. That did not stop us competing for that position. But when time came and we looked at ourselves and also listened to the elders, who said, we even came to Kasese here, and our leaders in Kasese said, please go back. You are you are the same. You are of one kind. We know your work. We know how effective you are. We know how you can deliver. We are lost of choice. Please go and sit down and agree between yourselves. And this is what happened everywhere. And so we build consensus, and this is something that is acceptable by our rules, and the party decided on a presidential candidate. I am not grudging about that, and this is the reason why I am fully involved in this campaign, supporting my brother for the presidency of this country. But that aside, I know that we should give time to the presidential flag bearer. I just want to, first of all, bring greetings from the party headquarters. I also want to bring greetings from brothers and sisters of you, the Wenzuru people, who are coming from eastern Uganda and parts of central Uganda, where we started the campaign on the 29th of last month. You know, as we were coming to Kasese, they asked me to convey their warm greetings to our people. Second, I want to thank the people of Kasese from the bottom of my heart for the support, unending support that they have always offered to the FDC. They have, in fact, sacrificed some of the things that happened in Kasese here in the kingdom, are attributed to the support that the people of Kasese have given to us, the FDC. And today, when we came to this district, we really saw support written on the faces of the people. People were happy to have us here. You know, they danced, they jumped when they saw us. You know, they came, they related, they greeted us, and we felt very, very much at home.
Yeah,
you know, coming.
Yeah,
to
thank you. So,
Kasese.
yeah,
And I want to just observe this, that the rallies we have been to, beginning from the are organic rallies, that we do not move people from place to place. You know, our rallies are attended by people who walk long distances to come to our rallies. And that was shown today in the final rally in Charumba. Yes, and you know, people have come from the mountains, come down, you know, to meet with us, and they stood for hours. How much can I thank these people
yeah.
for what they did?
Masinya kusema wale kulevanzwa pata president wa FDC kananda okay akasimamia Kasese ati masinya kutsibira kutsira mutara barengerera mimi mwabalenda zuru Kasese mwabalenda Charumba kana uri kubakanya mutinywe simara baremberera numukanya sala kumpolice mwandire pate FDC. I want to take this honor to welcome Mushakuru Sabiti, the party FDC party chairperson. And by the way,
maybe balance in the accordable interpretation in the party president. Investigate the temple area. If you mabikuye muhabu muhakaba niko songe kakana yoku expert secretary general ya candidate for no party president. Party president yamasomero ati constitution ya FDC yihindukira kwa constitution 7 byamba kunde yo ikisiribwa yuko mudalili ya party president hapo cyatore nyabya yukindi mano kwa president ndiyo ikabwende nganabyo bukome ayaba member be chama bakindi kibindi bimane yukindi mano hapo etu kitale kaba member be chama abo sibikiriye ndio kwa rushende bya public amuria ndio kundi ya nesa nenda ya mkwati and the party president yamakanga wende democracy kutiribuira lero kutsebo machama cha FDC usangwa ito si chama ekiberenga kisosi mu chama cyo mundu okubakana mirongo byama babataka babakatwa ekifende endebere tam limits kuti ebisanja mundu amakora cyo mabebere narenya subeka ende chundi chuma cyo kwa bendo ebya candidate wetu Nathan Nandala Mafabi byakaranyisa abanye Uganda ende ababya president risubyaho ebisanja ebyo erekende subaho kale tirira mu chairo ku headquarters FDC
kandi nokwabana betu abanyarwenzururu abakabwindi abawo mabanikero mabitweka ebyakagwamu nebyababirihikamu kandi nomabuwanda abakabwindi mubakahikayo omulenge werera mucha ende babahikayo ku mulenge oyo webera mucha nerisima amatishyasima abandu bekasese ahabwa olwanzu lwa FDC olutahwa ende yamaraba munabwire amasangana y'abandu abali ayereta ese bawuti ndibali abaherera transport kutsisya kabodaboda kutsisya lunch kandi aliwe nahaba mahikira omwarwendo rwose eritsuka rugenda abara abandu bakabya banene akabasingaya ehima abandu barubaneyo bakabasingaya erike kiburare erike kinyamaseke erirabe kanyampara erirabe kajwenge erirabe kisinga eriyahika chondo pake charumba eyatulehika sei 10 aliwe kandi bamasangana abandu pake baneyi banalindire etimu eyi nahabwa ekyo nirwanzu ende akantere erisima abandu bekasese kunde twamabere bibonabona lenene habwa FDC ende byomabyo kwashana twamabere abamu senarwiro kwa banyakasese eririwagira FDC nahabwa ekyo bundu bobutuku erihikereria olwanzoro mwereko mu mundu yutusosire nikunetu batwangayanziro mwa chindu chetu ende abandu betu akungeretisa basimi ndikundi mukayireta mwasharali chetu irumwa betu emuli asasa hali abahereka transport nahabwa ekyo ngomwembembete wa FDC akabasima kutsebo
basinya kutsebo amushakulu habwa ekyo so nakusaba ndi betinge the party chairperson national party chairperson nakenda abandu I think we shall come in and interpret at the same time.
Yes. I have come accompanying the candidate for FDC, a candidate that was anonymously elected by the party to represent the party as a candidate. We are here now in Kasese to meet people, to tell them who this gentleman is. To understand that it's not just politics, but it's a reality that we want a person who can shoulder the responsibilities of this country. Nandara Mafabi, I knew him for many years. I've known him for many years. Particularly when we joined public service, he was one of the best public servants. So he knows how government works. When he becomes the president, he will never mess up public service. He'll make sure that the structures work as they are. They follow the rules, they follow the constitution. So tell the people of Kasese, please trust him. He's not a man who is not just come to jumble with the constitution, change the laws, change the whatever. He knows what it is as a public servant. Secondly, I worked with him in Parliament. I happen to have been his chairman in one committee, Public Accounts Committee. He's so well versed in matters of finance and management. He helped this country when I was the chairman, and he guided us properly. And it was only that period. Since then, I haven't had Parliament clearly scrutinize the finances, the public finances, how they should be used. Therefore, I'm here as the chairman of FDC, accompanying my brother, Nathan Nandar Mafari, in Kasese, to talk to the people of Kasese, study him, critically look at what he's talking about, and make your choice. But
maybe for my question, on Mshakolo Jacksabit, I'm going to call na Mshakula Ndara Mafabi for a long time. Go to Kuhole, Parliament, and before Parliament, Mshakula Mafabi, Abrevia chairperson. Over Kabuli, the Kubuku reach, which is the government. Kande. Habari ya sowechi kubunene obwanga bare bwe kushoniye kusiri buliriria esha sente nembareresha eyasho nyema koleka yeti shaka tabane kumitina ngoma ebulinde nalala mafabi makolesha kutsa mabarara nabe ndirimimbira nabe esha sente yeshu chama kini wati bwanu nje akamwisa ngo mundu kandi ari mwisa on your behalf kutsa habwenyu ngabanya Uganda ngabanya Kasese ngabanya region yanu oko kumanga samarera ati so akamwisa hawa ereveyo because shara tabane chibuli changasa ndibwa kama barara bendo bano mubyatsanda kundi nandana mafabi masome bendo byambarera masome bendo byarabeka amasome bendo ebyere hulucha kandi akabeka ngandeke nenyumi nabekolaho nachiona echa echiwuchusi so chomusha kuloyu akabya ni akana ya.
Lastly, I appeal to the people of Uganda to trust the decision of the party FDC for having selected, generally agreed that he should lead this country. And we are going around showing this gentleman to the people of Uganda. The people of Kasese, as I know you, you are straightforward people. You love people. And because of your straightforwardness, you have had problems with different governments. I can assure you, when Nanda Ramafabi is in power, the overseer of this particular area will be well looked after. Uganda is not a country where the top leadership can do anything and forget about other local governments, the kingdoms and whatever. Our constitution must respect that, and I am sure Nanda Ramafabi will do that. We sympathize it for what has happened in the past. Please, we have brought as FDC Nanda Ramafabi to help this country, including Kasese. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Moses Sabet. You have been a very, very consistent man. I told him say from the beginning. And some of us will trust you because of that consistency. We trust your expertise. We trust your age. We trust your history and all that. Now, what do you have to tell briefly the youth about Nandara Mafabi, Honorable, being a presidential candidate and able and ready?
Not the president. No. So it is Honorable Jack Sabit, okacharing the National Council. Tichira kina sobolera inga unzerero ku National Council kundi National Council eyo president we party sia utamubo sia utamubo eriwa aniake charing rukuratu nerinya twa mwe chakulire echanzi ali we party president akacharingachi enek. Yes, and the neck you carry putting okuchi oko National Council. So it is National Council now, which finally pronounced itself. How a discussions in a report a oma working committee a party oma elders of a party can how mano manek the organiachi a party.
Yes, please. We request you that the chairperson, the national chairperson of the party, invite our candidate.
Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to discuss that is, the issues of FDC and to touch on our mission as we are moving around. I therefore call upon my brother, my young brother, Nathan Nanda Ramafabi, who is the candidate of FDC, to have to talk to the people of Kasese and come out with those important things that he thinks he will do for this country on behalf of FDC. My brother, Nathan Nanda.
Yeah, by the way, before he comes in, thanks for
abantu baitu barenzururu mama batata abalamashako burubona obusinge bwa rwenzururu bubeho. My brother moderator Matthias, you'll allow me speak some little English because I've forgotten my rule, but I'll remember it. First and foremost, we want to thank the people of Rwenzururu region for welcoming us in this region where we have been since yesterday. We started from Toroko, went to Bundibujo. This morning we came to Unyangabo, and of course entered Kasese, and we passed at Chikongo, yes, Chikongo, then Rwendabara, then of course Kasese town, Hima, then Kaburura, Chiburara, yes. I'm not forgetting the pronunciation because I left Kasese long ago. Then Chinyamaseke, then Kajuenge, then Kisinga, then Kabarere, then Charumba town, and stopovers on the way. We want to thank people. We're all on the roadsides, welcoming us, excited. We really feel honored to have got such a big team on the way. Of course, this could not have been possible without our organizing team, which is led by our district chairman and his executive, our members of parliament, of course, our leaders which are in the region, and of course, everyone across the region. Yesterday, of course, we were with my brother William. I call him William. Zo, but at my home they call him Elephant. He's an elephant. Zo, and my brother Centenary, who walked all over the whole day, yesterday and today. I thought I was more stronger, then I discovered William is more stronger than me, and has beaten me in this exercise. I come to this region with a lot of hope because we have same culture. You know, we are all people from the mountains. I come from the mountains of the sun. I came to the mountains of the moon. At least we control the two important items. The northern where the sun is, you know, where it raises, sun raises, and you know the sun is the one which gives us light during the day, and the moon is also which gives us light at night. So we are we have a lot of things in common for us to provide light during the day. The Rwenzururu provide light during the night. But most important, our culture. We circumcise Embaru. Twasaba Embaru. We say Embaru. And it's the same way, Embaru, same language. And if you are aware, our language, Lugisu and Rwenzururu are the same. Rukonjo, rather, Rukonjo. They are the same. There's just a small difference. So I don't want to make a mistake to speak it, and it could cause some problems. Maybe the awards which may not sound so palatable here. But I love Rwenzori region. And the other one is we grow coffee. eh. We grow both of us Arabic coffee, and I came around. I remember I met a guy one time here called Lugasire, who was working on the good African coffee. Lugasire. I don't know where he ended up. He had a lot of support from government, but I don't know what happened. And also to confirm that there are some of the actions of government which are not good. We went up there. We got there used to be a joint coffee cooperative. It's called the Bukong Joint Coffee. I know it. I went there. Where we went, I've ever been there. I came to visit because they wanted it better. I'm told it died, and those are things which make us feel pain because we know why cooperatives work. You know, cooperatives is the engine for development. It's where people went one by one come together, bring both the energies, their items, and sell them after producing and make money. If you remove that, those small ones become individuals, and life becomes very hard, and that's why they tend to collapse, and that's why we have poverty in this country. And we have the, the current government has tried to bring cooperatives, but in a different format. Instead of bringing them from down, it brings from the top. You see, cooperatives must be organic, grow from down and go up until you form a union. That's why for us, ours, Koji this cooperative union is still existing because we got it being destroyed, being killed by government. We got it. We went and started from the grassroots first to tell the farmers from down to come back to their primary sources so that they're able to come back to the union. We are 299 members.
I will not interrupt you, but we got information of the meeting. You know what? FDC may not be able to pay for this budget. But then Rose came here, the party chairperson came here, and so we said, no, we shall be through. When we asked the said, no, for us we shall get the signatures because we have support. Yet a number of candidates from different parties, many of who passed through succeeded.
I want to state that FDC is a national party. And FDC being a national party has structures all over. And we have, if you want to get it, we have MPs in all regions. Let us start with. We're not a tribal party, a sentimental party. We're a national party. So we have structures. And because of structures, it is the structures which are responsible for getting the signatures we're talking about. If we went here to Kamwenge, we have a structure. If you went to Karamoja, you get structures are there. So that's how we operate. We don't operate as individuals. I hope you're getting it. Of course, sometimes people tend to want to dismiss institutions, but eventually people will confirm that FDC is the strongest party in this country. And for them to have a presidential candidate, they had to bid because there are many of us who are capable in the institution. And I was competing with my big brother Amriat. We came here, we are here. And I think we even came on radio, we discussed, and we were demonstrating democracy. And I say that this is not, you don't create hatred. We believe others should copy from us. And that's why we are, and that's why you are able after we have also generated a manifesto, which is a manifesto we are selling the people of Uganda as a contract, and this is our contract which we need to market. And I'm happy when I was here, I got music being played. We want to thank the people. And not only this way, in Kasese, many people all over the country have this all read and are playing music. Some are even having a debate and are saying, I think the only best manifesto they have ever seen in years is the FDC manifesto, which is coming with solutions to solve the problems of this country. And we want to see the people of the fourth estate that you should really be able to work with us and make sure to popularize this manifesto and take the people of Uganda that it is time for change and a change which will bring economic development for this country. And by the way, before I leave, I'll give you a copy so that you may not have got a copy. I'll give you a copy for the radio. Maybe you can go and read it and confirm what we're talking about. Now, why are we in this election? We're in this election because we believe Uganda needs a change. And a change which does not necessarily come from far, it comes from within themselves. If Ugandans understood that they can change the government, this this is an opportunity of time to do it. President Museveni went to the bush to fight because he said there was insecurity in Uganda. He came because he had studied guns. So the issue of insecurity has been resolved. Apart from some regional insecurity we have like around here, which also we have put in our manifesto, we're going to address whereby we are neighbors. We must coexist. There's no reason for us to really fight or interfere with other people's governments. And that's our belief. And it will work. And the people who are supposed to be fighting, of course, are the soldiers. We believe that the soldiers should be the security organizations should report to the citizens, not the other way around, whereby security reports one person and now they oppress the citizens. But we have understood why some of those things are, and that's why we have also tried to address the, the security part, whereby we must have a professional security organs, the police, the prisons, the army. So not only maybe them, but all of them. And also, there must be those organs, those security officers, men and women, must be well paid because they are human beings. They must all be well paid. I talked to one security guard, was no security officer. He says, what your boss tells you to do, even if it is wrong, you must obey. That's the rule of the order. The order. And sometimes they have obeyed wrong things. But we want a security guard to be a human being to say, but sir, this cannot be implemented. One say that if bosses you take your money, you don't complain because that is subordination. Even your own right or your own resources, they can take it and you cannot complain. That shouldn't be the case. They should be well paid. They should be well accommodated. They should be able to be assisted to have their children also be educated so that they have best lives as we go ahead. Been what? Mm.
What have you done to make sure that such kind of brains
Kabuku. Yeah, that's why I'm coming Kabuku, Gogos and hotel. You see, you see, now time was then at some point when we thought will FDC still move on this bridge here. What has been your interventions? What have you done? You see, this party is not Nandala's party or Jaka's party. It is the members' party. And we all come in as members. And our goal is to take power, serve people of Uganda. It's a journey which we have been in since we formed the party in 2004. So as we are in this struggle, men and women who know the objective are in the line. Of course, others will drop off, others will join. But the goal is to take power to serve the people of Uganda. That's why we're here together in this, and that's why we're talking of this manifesto for 2016, 2020, 2030, 2031. All these men and women know what they are looking for, is that we need power to serve our people. And all of us, I need so Nandala is just also a unit in it. Jack Sabbath is a unit. But the difference is that they have made Nandala the Secretary General of the party, Jack Sabbath the chairman, the chairman of the district. But Papa said we are all there also as in the leadership for one item, which brings us together. And that's where we have a success story. Those who drop off sometimes for personal reasons, some maybe are tired, and it happens in an organization. That's why when people reach 60 years of age, retire. Others they go at 65, then they retire them. It happens because there's sometimes fatigue in the process as you're going ahead. Thank you. So now I will talk to them where we are saying the security, but what is our main issue? That's why our theme is fixing the economy, money in our pockets. The reason why we bring this is that now the security issues have been solved. Now our problem now is poverty. And when you're poor, you feel hungry, you will not have medical attention, you will not have your children going to school, the infrastructure is in dire need. We used to have a rail line here from Mombasa up to Kasese. I don't know if it is there. If it is not there, that means that rail line was supposed to take goods from here and bring goods from there, and also take passengers. We're now on the traffic and whatever, which was to come here. You have seen a road here from Kampala to here. You take 8 hours. I don't know what we're thinking. But if the rail line was working, would have been improved to be a faster rail line, whereby passengers can be within 2 hours. You are from Kampala, you're in Kasese. And those are the things we're saying. The infrastructure needs to be worked on so that we move our things. So now that's where we come with our manifesto. And our manifesto is based on 5 pillars. The first pillar is employment. Of course, we want to generate employment opportunities. And the generating employment opportunities is from all sectors. In agriculture, when you go to agriculture, tea is money, cotton is money, coffee is money, sweet potato is money, but you must generate. And if you recall, we used to have what we call cash crops. Cash crops where we get money, and there were 3: coffee, tea, and the cotton. Now, where are they? This is where we want to ask. All of us were here in this studio, we're putting on shirts, trousers, dresses, but they are all made out of what? Cotton. So where is our cotton, which could be able to, because of the best soils, produce cotton? And the Kasese was one of those. It was in Western Uganda here. Coffee was also here in the mountains. We are mountain people growing coffee. And the coffee right now is the leading income generating activity. I'll give you an example. For us in the Bujusu Cooperative Union, now farmers are getting 15,800 shillings per kilogram of parchment. That's the first money. We know when we sell, they will get what we call second payment. They will get bonus. At the end of the day, a farmer might go home with about 17 to 18,000 shillings in a kilo. So if you have 1,000 kilograms of coffee, that is 18 million. 18 million, you don't need to go to the bank to borrow to do it. This one you will invest in maybe in a maize mill, to produce maize and have maize mill, have farmers of maize bring it to the maize mill, have maize flour, have the byproducts like they call them maize bran to feed animals like pigs, like goats, like cows, like chicken. So those who are in the chicken field will do it. So it is a real chain of things. It is intertwined, but it is locked. And why is it locked? Is because of the leadership. So we believe that if you people of Uganda who are now feeling the poverty in your pockets accepted to change the system, the government with a ballot, not a gun, ballot paper, and vote FDC, vote Nandala, who also went to school to study this, because the other one studied guns, he solved the problem which of guns. Nandala studied this. You have heard Ronald Jack, who was a civil servant under the Ministry of Finance, who grew up in the ranks. From there, I went to work in World Bank before I came to join politics in 2001. That's where I came from. And of course, I've continued to work in international world, World Bank, IMF, consulting, giving knowledge in areas of financial management, in areas of economy, in areas of taxation. All these are my fields. And whichever government has taken my advice has improved. They have moved from low income countries to middle and up. You see Tanzania here, you see India, you see Ghana, and others. We have consulted for many multinational institutions like banks, giving them an idea that they have reformed, but ours haven't. So we believe that it is time. You need a person who has that area, knows that place, himself or herself, to be able to unlock those items. And when you unlock them, the economy will grow. That's one in a nutshell. When the economy grows, the tax will go down. And when the economy grows, we invest in productive sectors, it will create employment in every field, agriculture, industry, service like even services, and infrastructure, mention it. And these are the reasons why we come up with these pillars. And these pillars of creating employment, if you went through them, you will discover how we want to deal with them. How do we want to handle fisheries? How do we want to handle agro industry? How do you want to handle trade? Because even when you are produced, you must sell, you must export. How do we want to handle, like that we mentioned, tea is very important to us, tea, cotton, and coffee. Those are serious items we must look at. Then tourism. How do we want to make sure we invest in tourism so that people can get money from tourism? Why should somebody building a state road, a lodge, who in a park or near the park be a foreigner? This should be local. We should really be able to support local businesses to be able. And tax being so high, when we do that, more production will have a big tax base and lower the tax. Instead of being at 30%, will be between 5 to 10. And when you do that, because people have got jobs, their lives will change. There will be more demand for goods and services. If I have money, if I take beer, I'll be asking for beer. So the company producing beer will need to produce more beer. And if it is from sorghum, there will be more demand for sorghum. So the farmer who makes sorghum will produce more sorghum and may need more people to come to work in the field to be able to produce sorghum. And the one who's producing beer may need to add more plant lines. Now, when you're adding lines, you bring jobs. And now, because the tax is low, the money you get, you tax a small portion, a person will have more disposable income to spend. So you'll buy a big basket of goods than buying a few in the current regime. This is possible because we can do it and resolve it. Now, I'll give you currently, we lose 10 trillion shillings, 10 trillion in corruption and wastage. Now, the moment you block that 10 trillion, you said, Jack told you, I served under Jack. You know, Jack is my big brother. I served under him. And I became a chairman Park 2 later on. And when I was there, you saw what we did. And the knowledge we have to deal with corruption is unbeatable. We'll block those block wastages, we'll tie them, and the 10 trillion will be saved. And 10 trillion alone, we are saying we want to apportion 100 million from it, each 100 million to be paid to each village. And if you are talking about 100 million per village, we have only 72,000 villages in the whole country. So we are going to spend 7.2 trillion, 7.2 trillion to put 100 million in every village. So for 5 years, every village would have got 500 million. And the balance, we have seen many other economies, other sectors. Before we can touch on another appropriation, 2.8 trillion. If I said I need to import 1 million motorcycles, just 1 million, borders, because the government bringing, it will be massive importation. You understand? Demand. I'm just saying because we right currently don't have a plan, but we may have that is what we should be thinking to do it. The border economy, whether you want it, is here. Now, many people have taken advantage of our youth. So the youth comes at home, he tells his father, I need a border, I need to deposit 500 or 1 million. He deposits 1 million. Every day is running on the streets, in the villages, looking for money to pay the loan. At the end of the day, the border has paid money equivalent to 4 motorcycles. And if you look at him, maybe the reason for this land, he's not anywhere, the motorcycle is not. This is an economy which you must support. Why? It is one of them generating employment to the youth, but also it is easier movement. Now, the accidents which are being caused is because they're in a hurry. They're running because they want to get money to pay the border. But now, if you regulate that sector and said, yes, here are the borders for you. This government can get the this border at less than the 5 million. You know they charge them 5 million. I think 5 point something, but I want to assume it is 5. There's tax. Because you're buying one, there are many profit margins on the way are coming up. If you remove that, those borders cannot go beyond $2.5 million shillings if it came here without those taxes, profit, and whatever. So if you give the young men and the women, even women can ride a border. So a country brings in 1 million borders at say 2.5 million per border, that is 2.5 trillion, gives them and say, go ride, make money, but in 2 years, another 5 years, you bring 2 million. In 5 years. So that means every year, the border man brings only 400,000. If you divide that by 12, it is about 33,000 shillings per month. Per month. 33,000, which is 1,000. We can take an average of 1,000 shillings per day. Now, what would have been the tax? What would have been the difference? Which could have been is part of the contribution of government to that economy, and the economy would grow. And you can see there will be a big difference. So what we're assuring the border that yes, you'll get borders at 2 million shillings, and that money you'll pay it for 5 years. That's 400,000 per year. Now, Where is the money? For the beginning, you have seen we have 2.8 trillion. If I've bought them at 2.5 trillion, I'll still have a balance of 300 billion not shilling before touching a budget. Now, I would have solved that sector of village, it will develop. I would have solved the village and whatever. Now, the other monies which we have, which we are going to get from here, we'll say put 10% of the budget, which is in our manifesto, in the agriculture, 10% in agriculture, 10% in medical. And that's why we're saying our medical facilities are going to change. There will be no more tourism, which is called medical tourism. People going to South Africa, going to India, UK, Turkey, what? Those are also countries we know. The doctors there are like, in fact, most doctors in South Africa came from Uganda. We have very bright doctors, we have very bright nurses. It's only a lack of tools. We changed our regional hospitals, regional referral hospitals. They become, they become now our national hospitals. The district hospitals become our referral hospitals, but well equipped, because the machines which are in India are manufactured. We shall put them here. The people who are educated are here, and they expand the industry, the houses for the medical staff, have good equipment, have good working info, and paid. And the payment we're talking about is for all civil servants across the board. Across the what? The board. All civil servants will be paid equitably. The teachers will be paid. You don't have deficient teachers. You're calling me.
I remember one time I said FDC closed council-wise in the next 90 days. You said over your head. And it has happened.
Yes. You see, I've told you, a leader must be a leader. You lead, you listen, and you go through analysis of everything and discuss. And that's why we see us coming here saying that if Ugandans trusted me as their leader, what we're saying will come to pass. Because we come with knowledge. You say we come with what? Knowledge. So if we cannot close FDC as you predicted, it means we cannot close Uganda, as I'm saying. Instead, Uganda will go up from where it is to middle income to first class. And we are saying, I am a servant. I am not a boss. Now the people, that's why you see us walking around asking for votes. We're telling the people that your vote is your power. It matters a lot. So when you make me a president and I become a president, you are telling me to go and do work as your servant. And I said, I am a servant you can rely on. So that's why we're saying it is possible. But yes, I can tell you what we're raising here. If you read the manifesto, with the confidence and with this team we're talking about, of course, we have talked about them, the Kabukos and whatever. These are very hard-working people. They will be the ones who are working together to implement what? This manifesto. And it will be worked out.
Already. Yes.
Yes.
You made a statement in the general was there. And you said you had a solution to your especially when it comes to issues of salaries. One, you said to increase salaries of civil servants.
Yes.
You said you didn't improve the accommodation. Special teachers.
You will have houses.
You even said you even contribute to the school fees of their children.
No, school fees will be children, and I will also explain about that.
Don't convince me. Convince people out. Because
you're convinced.
No. Don't convince me. How because he has
translate, of course, get the people out there, but also have calls and many messages around here. How would we do it briefly? Of course, I've mentioned. First of all, we're going to generate employment. Now, when you generate employment, that's you get money and put in the productive sector. When the productive sector expands, let me give an example. I'm a farmer. I have grown my beans, 20 bags. I have a small house. I can't keep them. So the government should put them somewhere, and that's why I was talking of silos to avoid middlemen coming and say, "If you can sell me, throw it away." So when I take his beans in a silo to keep, it means it is appreciating. You get a warehouse seat. You know, many farmers are throwing, I mean, tomatoes. You have got a bumper yield. Somebody said, "Oh, this basket I'll give you 1,000. If you don't want, forget. You are going." Because you know they are going to rot. You say, "Let me take it, you take it." But a government should be able to come and collect those tomatoes. If you put them in silos, they are refrigerated, either for export, or you have a machinery quickly which can translate those tomatoes to tomato what? Sauce. So those are small agro industry. A government should know that in this area we have a production of tomatoes, Irish potatoes, and whatever. What way can we preserve these Irish potatoes? And you have a system to protect all the tomatoes or the beans. So that is one of the systems to which you encourage the farmer again to grow tomorrow. But if he loses now, he will not grow tomorrow. Now, that's why I was saying, that's how now you will keep that farmer in employment of growing beans or tomatoes if he's sure there's market, you will not lose, and there's insurance. We'll put it here. Cooperative, ensuring the agriculture and whatever. Uganda is an agriculture country which must be supported fully. And I can tell you, when we do that, we shall be the ones who will be selling food in Africa to begin with, in Africa, and from Africa to other countries. If we check our borders, we have got the best weather, the sun and the rain. You understand? Dry seasons, we have just small spells of dry season. We don't have big ones. So we have rain throughout the year. That means anything in Uganda can grow, except the stones. But even the stones can grow because we need the stones to do tamaking of what? Our roads. Our roads are going to be the cheapest to be done because even research has shown that in Africa, Uganda has the most expensive roads. So of course we have our strategic planning. Now, what we talk about salaries, civil service, the reason there's a poor service delivery is people is saying I'm being paid peanuts. You must quit some time to go and do other things, and that's why you have a problem. Pay civil servants very well, they will be service delivery. You know, the dog is going to become your district chairman. Make them accountable. When it becomes there will be the district agriculture officers, what are they called, those extension workers. He's sure of his salary, he's sure of everything. What makes him not work? We shall produce time sheets. What did you do on Monday? Then at what time? Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, produce a time sheet. Then because we're paying you well, we're accommodating you, there will be a lot of results. And I can tell you this is possible.
Now,
it's not a problem. Maybe just some other we have those one. We have employment, we have strategic investments, which will deal with infrastructure and whatever. We have human capital development. Of course, we have talked of health, we have talked of education. All teachers will be paid equal. There's no difference between an English teacher with a math teacher because the math is not taught in Lukonjo or Lugeso. It is taught in what? English. So even if it is arts and whatever, they are the same. So the teachers will be paid. Correct? And of course, we have talked about leadership and the governance. This leader should be accountable to the people, and the governance should be making sure that what you're doing, the issue of the constitutionalism, we must obey our rules, and you're aware our constitution under Article number 4 is supposed to be translated in all local languages and where they're suppressed. And that constitution was done by Jack Sabbath, Honorable Jack, but I don't know what he has not told his friends to do it. Then we have the interest groups, the elderly. You see, the moment you hit 65, 60 years, In civil service, you retire. But in the other side, you don't, because you must continue. We're saying the our men and the women who will hit 65 will be paid monthly pay of 65,000 shillings. In fact, what the NRM government copied was our manifesto of 2006. Unfortunately, they failed to implement it well. That's why they left the age now. They are talking about over 80. How many Ugandans are over 80? And that means they are trying to cut out people and whatever. And we said our university graduates, each will go with 1 million shilling at the gate to start life. And we shall have a database of them to make sure at whatever level you have graduated and we're done. So there will be a lot of this money and whatever. And reconciling the country is our most important thing. We want a united country. You go to the north, you are treated as a brother or sister. You go to Soro, you are treated as a brother. Not to say, who is this one, whatever, and the citizen.
Thank you so much, Honorable Nanafazi, for that explanation. I think the question
Mwasingereze mu kinauli kibire guide radio onondi sibedi ngakusabala biramu babikuye omukanya wa flag bearer wetu ekyo kubanza masinja abanyabunzori ahabwa erimutangira esimu yiwe akite ntoroko mu development ebujubujo munabirarwa binyangabu mwakazaide Kikongo Kima Kinyamaseke Kiburara Kajwenge Kisinga Kaberere igice cya Bumba abandi banamurindire akabwa ati Mwasinja kusebu ari mutangerera kandi cyabiri mu kehya embere shenyu ari munyinde mu mwekero rwanzo runga hano amasima abantu bose team ewe manirwe na kabuku gachama ni FDC abembembetya abose abe kasese onle Florence onle Bonzo onle Centenary twabo usi habara hambabuke bwakuboko erangende omukoro wa munabwire amabyan ekiro cya munabwire cyamasosa ngo cyamasosa kandi munachi cyabare so sande amabwende eriswa muri woro bazana honde Bonzo na honde Centenary ebunyangabo bakenda bakarangende bakamenyerera kuhandireko kandi neruzure ku buso obu government ekasa akabwene makaso mateka cyeno no buswe obwere minerere ngembere ibevoya kuteribiri hope ile ibevoya ekaya sa kundi ipe bandu kwachike kwa hanu echerenzori ekabakora mu kipecho echo mwesera the mountain of the moon toso sena nabo abagisu abo kwachitwe echeriuba ekipecheriuba eyali bali kavua inditwe nitwe tukakolera yo machero okwezi iboba bakaenda ekyakakala omutungi nge kitwe ekyo nahabwe ekyo bantu bawuma kandi nahabwe ekyo ekikendere kubuso bwa government yewe ebaze bukatusamarira atikirende enzarwa yetu kutse culture yetu neyabagiso yakabwa n'olulimi lwetu olukonzo n'olugisu nesumerere nahabwe ekyo anali ndibwe ebindi binyeyo mwa lukonzo bisose nebyo mwa lugisu bekwa kandi obona aho olulimi lwe lwanganatara elwaneretereta okubitolera ebyo ale webwa anazibye wetwe omwalicho ni yetwenu abirikalamu kandi atwenzire kusebu ekindi kintu kyakawati kisosene nekiri wabo bobuleme bumwana enjana birika hanu ngomukoliwe nga member of parliament bakakwama kwamania ekya cooperative zesiro mwakiteka kintu kyenu kandi kyarumbe yatukalwe kiru kya munabwire mwana hikayo akayalebye bukonzo join eyahambenya nokobuleme bumwana njalwe nicyo musamobe ndakaminyerera ebero beno siyire korandeke beito kikaleka ebintu ebibyasa omwami bereyi inde government yetu ya munabwire ikalengekana ekya cooperative syanganaleta engurakurana alwe kandi ikasitsukira ewuno basi isitsukira hesa inde bwewabwe bugiso kyalekire bugiso cooperative union eyabeki nakorandeke kandi ni muuli omwanya okwobutukubuno abalimu bano baherera omutwalo mu makasa genebitano okwakiro eyamukahoramo mwakahorayo mwa apartment kuze omwanya owabuli kiro lyeri bivo ekya cooperative syabo
sikatsuka heso masaba kaurama primary cooperative society in the government ya rusiri amenge oku primary cooperative societies kuti eshe wetu karambe kweyamba sushabere wao kandi biche changabere sekaleta ike uru kone union ikindihiri abandu bomulenge neribya hawuma nawe tukatwa government ikali yabere mwerikoresha cooperative zesu obuli mundu nyabyanga mayendo kulwewe obuli mundu akabya kayendo kulwewe na mani yabo awo abandu eyo yakakehera neryo nobulemwa yabukasira ende mwaka buli bawoku FDC ekinatokesa yayenga mutaha neryo mwaka subamwe ati FDC sichama kiri kutsimbira Rwanda ruwuma kuti abandu libuti omundu ono nahabwe tiyimbire kwechama chama cha FDC chote za structures kandi za structures ezio chikachitokesaya ebyahuja kikirira FDC omabeya maberera abamu na hayi chama ekiwe kya mani kintu ekyabandu bakaherera yorwanzu rwacu ahabwe arebere banzire chama cyabo kandi bakikirira indi cyanggaleka erihangale no yainduro bwembembeti bwekimutekero makalo ni cha akabinde Uganda ikaitaga embenduka kandi erehendukiri seritolererwa hale abakalirengekanirerwa hale ebakaita bandi erehendukiri abanyarwanda mutolere mwikiriria enderetolerero omwe koma litolere omwe koma kalolo amasoborende Museveni mwendo machisochi ama yiga yembondo embondo eyi akalengekana yatobondi yanamabereto butekane buke nomuchine ende eshanywezi kineho omwabe webituherereni kandi eshangana tuhambako nechakabere ndi abasirikali bachinatalibanizaya abandu ebaba bulisho buhoro kandi batolererevya ebakahulekerera emerenge y'abantu indi ebi binyoma manifesto ye FDC erangende bikakora bawako for example abasirikali n'abandu abakahamba kwa shambondo erangende bama byahesisi abantu nerekolera abantu boserebo eribibaba uto butochi obwerehendukira abantu indi kichangana korwa omumenyerende nabo bandu bebitsebo ebenenge byabataka ebasasurwa ndeke abana babo basomesibwa na habwecho ichabatokesha erebe bali ahesisi abantu kandi nereretwa obuhoro endebwe kiwuma kyo kwa bitsebo ebikineho bwa hatya obutekani obubuke bwabere bya bwabo obunabo abandu sebawuteka sente omwamasa wabo na habwecho eyo ebibye ebindu ebyasindeke ebyesha sente ebyerembembekya na habwecho ibwe byabekaita isibawa okwa butukuvu ono makana tisabuli bawa ende FDC yamabeto kayeti erere byaho abandu babakabamba ikende hwawo amabendi bano FDC erere byaho liere biwutesha structures kandi si imaniro kumundu ende bana erere byaho li FDC erere salesa echamechi survival yacho nebyandu nebyatwa amabera abamu bikakangana endi bana erihangale no mwamali watya presidential candidate wa FDC Nathan Nandala Mafabi siri ande hwaho lekendi yongerere kurakurana kandi nerangerende obule mundu amahiki bwako esasende omamasa wewe akabwende yongo mundu nga Nathan Nandala Mafabi ne chuma cyo kwa bende bikolire FDC betu sichache kureye ndino mangabe chairman wetu owe party umisha kulijaka sabiti no mangabe president wetu owe party Patrick Kamria ebo ne makashaura mu units and then the units ne bendo bikolire party ebyangana ruwa kwa butukubo osi kandi party ya siare ne mororembere na habwe erikirinde ebo ne bakolibe chama kandi sebo chama chichirekire chama chetu echabichi kinaenda be endini twabo si twetu bakwamire echuche kindu ekitubohire hawo mere menyende ebo itwabo si tule bandu bakoliba abataka na habwe kitwa mahendure cyo etukichihendura kandi tukakolera abataka amakanganya ende hane bendo ebyanganuwa ne cyo chetu beto byabere hwaho endinge traini eyanabeika ikenu ikaekebere mwa byetu iyaheka abandu esehenu yabirihwaho tuwite syanzira nyibi erilwe Kampala ukakolesya sanga munane iwunalya ndi omwa train iyakutwara indi ebyosi ebi bikagheta ebyasubwamu ebyuwanibwa nikwekihuho kitoke erikurakurana amasoborera indi manifesto ye FDC obuli mundu wosi omwihanga muno oyo nimusomako oyo kandi akahulikiraye akikirira ati ye manifesto eyanganarusya ekihuho kyetu kyenu okwa rulengo rwatuleko nerisatutwara okwa rundi rulengo indi nahabwa ekyo amasire gaidire ebyo yekope kiro kyuma nakyuma bana be bakabana katuku akeresomeramu abataka imwana amenyerera nebyahayi ebiri muyo kandi bikindi waticha Uganda nekyo kyetu erikurakurana beto mabwindi yimanire okubendo bikuru betano ekyo kubanza erangende emibiri yamabyaho ndi emibiri ekindi romuchi ikindi romwerangende ndesya sente esikakwa omwacho kyeno esenene sikaenda okwitsandibwa sihiribawe omwabendo ebyali ahuramu esihiribawe omwabendo ng'obuleme nikubwatika ekyo erihuru kyebendo omundu amahuru kyebendo kandi binamwende muwobera amabini mweni nyanamwende kuwobera yamabini pambi namwende kuwobera yamabini binyanyi binamwende kuwobera bikindi kuongeza amani omuhu oweritisa yalema kandi omo emwarwa emibiri amakandya ende awalekandirango kwa mwani akakangania ati bwabalimi abebugiso esaha eno bakabya bakayawulya ekiro omwa cooperative bakaba mutwaro muwuma 15 ne 5 iyine bonus okwa mwani wa mukahura mu apartment ngalingana no muke kulwa bulikiro ati abere apartment omwani wa bulikiro oyo akasusu alinga kakasusu kamu akasusu kamu ako endebo kandi bakana tisongera omulimi yeshasiringi 20 au eriongero kwa mutwaro mu 15 ahaba eribere bawute cooperative eikakora akabwa ati abakoli be government abosi se hali changaleka oundi mundu nyasasura oundi musara noundi oundi akabwinde iyo erirumu experience ya wete kuti eriminyandeke lya wete ubangende ahuramu abamanyirivu obwa wete erirumu ebinyana bya mukoli we government omaminisho ebyesya sente amaendo mwa parliament amaendo mwa World Bank nesa heno akahabure World Bank akakolera mwa World Bank ahabere habure bindu bihu inde bana mabe habure bihu nge Tanzania nge India ebyo byamabe tulengako beitu tobo haburi bwa tukunde sebole holekerera wa Uganda ikasiyara haumerera hayine ndetse kikale kibinya sabe ndi yunawite ebirengekanyo ebyo nereminyerera nekisomo ne experience yere binyanga nahabure bindu bihobe kakurakurana twamamu wati ekyatu kiho inyaken ikikende kurakurana kundi yakende kora ebyo ebyasi inde kyo kikakurakurana eriroma ebyo ebikolire kiho ebikahurukaya esya sente kyakahura mu productive sector ndiye yangaleta emibiri omwa manifesto yotungo kwakabo kwa productive sector kabwe munebe ndo bihambengano kwa beshangetse ebyo obusobore ebyarangirende ebindu ebikaro mu abulema byamongerwa betu omutindo kutse value neko bikaletera abandu besya sente emomule amajani omwani nebende akabwende omomule nerangende sya sente syamayo omwabyo oburamburi especially eriwa teacher abandu bahano butsira bandu abakarwe yiya yecho kino erisarangende bamatunga nabo eritunga sya license for example eserihira esya hotel soma syapaka nekunabo batunge esya sente akikirira yende echo huo chamahuru kyebendo binene bekongera omusoro eribinyama ipanza inyama yokubandu banene na habwecho omusoro oyo akakeha indi akabya akakeha omusoro owali okwabendo omundu yulendo urabendo bike akaurabendo binene nericha waticha noyo oyukakora ebindu ebyo eritisa kora binene ndio mona habwe chumukarwa economy singa ngicha hori ndichi
mingiririe
bete mingiririe yechihu erekanya ndikabe ikakanya na habwecho na abandu esha sente ishayongera erebya omwamasaho wabo akabinde emehendo ya makanya hakabya edemandeka emehendo ya machima for example amauta amachima ebeyi okwachuma oyuli enderengekani ndianywe liti 10 akendinywa 20 no musuburi wa mauta akendi ongerereta amauta na habwecho echiho wicha koraki echayongerere kurakurana akabinde cho chetu chikahera ya esha trillion bobutetemba ndi aura mabutetemba obuserera obwesha sende omwanguzi omwasha sende esikaenda esisewete ekyashakulire ende yomwa kisomo chewe ngoko experience ya mwanarangera akabya chairman we Public Accounts Committee ya Parliament eyabya ikabuliriro kwabakoli ebe government sasende nga bagasikoli sabati ende mwanarangera omubiri mubuya owakora na habwa experience ya na wet akendikoleshayo erangirire sasende esi esikahera sisichera sikibya shabera na rehere bisha correct ndio mu Uganda muri ebyalo netwano musanju na 2,000 obule kyalo kyamatungesha milioni 10 so sikaikesha trillion kuti obuserera musanju n'obutondi bobere nesha bilioni bekome bebere indesha chasende sikende byasikaendo mwabule kyalo nabwe chumwami ekitano yanga bya president ata yabasabe kindi kisanja esasende shobole kyalo kigende bijama betungesha milioni 15 eshatukindi kolesho kwa kyalo kwa besha trilioni 2 kashangana watija abana besha boda ngokwali asoborera omwamebere eyiribu indobole mwana government yangana molere boda eye milioni 2 bamale esha milioni esha boda milioni nguma bakasi ebabere soro ku milioni 2 echabere sangana changana tokekana ebakindi sehereri abana bakindi sikolesha arwe kandi bakindi sasubulia milioni 2 so that emitwaro 5 ebye naye yamabya kahembo aka government kaherero mwana ne kunayo abane akasenda kakasa kaho akerikolesha akabwende esha company sero okwabutuku buno esikairira abana besha boda yekamwe ya boda betuke ya mutsunda eya mukama inyahereri esha sente eshangana ulisha pichipichi is ini enyasesa soro kwa pichipichi nguma. Mr. Candidate, I got one company which charges 68% interest per annum on a tukutuku. 68% per annum. So in the sentence, and
they pay monthly.
And they pay monthly.
So when you pay monthly, at the end, you don't pay 68%. You pay about those compound. It comes about almost 100% plus 100%.
Na ndo dama musoborere ndemuna nabwene omundu makambika ku office ya yanga kolere yi nyanene chipapura echa company yabwe ko mundu yetukutuku eyire kwenda atolere sasura mawoba awangana ebitsweka ngana munane kwa buli 10 obuli kwezi nabakatukangana ende sente sikwenda sikale ngano kwawo chichira likinyabuwate echa boda kwenda ne boda ngo maikaure cha boda ini na abo chinyakabwa atobole mwaka omwana we boda inyaka binyatolere lituwa emitwaro 10 hakawo 500 imwe amasubulia milioni 2 kunde emitwaro 5 ikende byabere muhebwa ende na habo echo abana besha sente syamukarangara bakati bitabakarondia bangana sikoleshi bwanabo omwikurakurania awo abe akarua ekinyo kiwe keribwinde akanzerebo emingirire echo chetu kandi nerangiresha sente ngokusha masuba omwamasaho awa bata.
Yeah, Mr. Bigogo.
Gaunzelera 10% oma agriculture bakayera mwesa 10% ndia masipatere twakakurana bata bale South Africa abali India abatuka kwa mayo omwa medical tourism kuso buramboro bweri yatamberwa bagende subo mwacho cyatumwa hanu emesara eyabakoli abo si abe government ikendi sosani ndo mwalimu yuko somesa urusungu kandi ba mtu hanyike kandi no yukisomesa chemistry urusungu wana musomesa ya ende bwebe kabe bamabya abese now bamamubule FDC myatoka yiteri yaho omwabya mwabiri owa muya yaho yet ende FDC teta chinga kandi si ende sa chinga kusangwa iyo irimu abakoli abakabya hese eyabataka mwana biri owa honorable nzo kwa kasobora structure yetu eye constitution yetu ngoko yere ende sahali mundo yute butoki bunene kandi batu wete nesaba kaura mu term limits esa term limits esikatu watikayo buli mundo ariko ruwa rumembe erirwaho ende nabandi abamaruha katikati aho abakaiba nimukiriberanga ngende bamaruaho so that bamahumura so that emibiri yende mbere neribwa eriongoro kwabyo buleme nemingirire akabwe no wamalema ebihimba ukabiri andeke be ikabiri ahese government ikindi huruche government yewe ikindi sa huruche abakaura mu warehouse receipt ebindu byawo ubitwale bakweka sente kake akawukindi yakolisho kwa fees ali wekande bakwere receipt bakisha ababibuli hambere umuhendo webei yabiriyongera nereba kusasura ali wanabirita byaho ndebwe yinde area kutse pila yakabere ni strategic investment obwerera ngende shanguda amasipatara nebindu bya muwana human capital development abakolibe government bamatisaba ngulwa batera ngendo akakole mibiri ewe nebende ngana simwana birenda mukabyowa beto kirunze cyanga yahambaku erisuba ni obutekane bomwacho uche Uganda Uganda ndi haya mahika abande bandu wanganabe mwache nditsweka abe tsweka chuba bisiba kwanzire na habo jyo kalengekana yate amabere ya president tobo sitwanga suba namu ngabanya Uganda umunyakasezi nyakolere karamoja oye karamoja nyasinya kolereno umwabutekane
wasinya kutsemusha kulubigogo so tondola utia because tukwabe hwayo tuti deka mumanyisa alo hano chama college echamanyi hamba kutsebo onane abudu bwambale atenue choa akabwatibwa kande kachamalangereka pate flag bearer FDC akaibunga yemu UN arenga oyuwa mamuumba nekaboko na Floresi Vegogo na Nzou ba bamuanire so you can see that perception ngari asabende acha kanatokekana kan abantu bala hano bakagana kubana hano
maybe you make a program here
yeah because it is a bit it's a diversionary yeah because we have almost everybody here already yeah so I would wish that if you can please let them be hard
maybe
yeah let them come because only one minute let them come
bawulikirire be bukonzo east nabandi bose abanyakasese mwesinje rutuhulikirera tukabashimana ryangerera presidential candidate wetu mwesinja kutsibu tunenayo kandi ne mundu twabiri mwikiriria nenye mwesinje rimwe accepting nambashara mu honorable Masereka Sylvester oyuko aronde chitsunde cha member of parliament bukonzo east
please umuntu muntu osobolinga tuoye mudeka kumanyu
osinja kutsibu Mushakuru Mathias Chemalozias Magoma flag bearer kwa cha member of parliament of Songora County South ngasima party president wayi na chairman wayi haima na presidential candidate wayi in the area oyoma kanyatre Omushakuru kwa milona bando bake I think sata tukwa mwacha program ekasesi yosi na hano abando be Songora South mu mukali ya Travisando mwamende Cherumba mu mukali ya Travisando mwamende Rugenda bara mwesinja kutsibu mukatukolandeke musinje lyanza candidate wenyu kandi oni yake ndifuma tsebo byasubemo namashalanga meche malozi asibaguma omwana wenyu musinje kusema
yeah
onone Atkins Katsabe member of parliament Mukama Ebukonzo West kandi Omoroko Mukama kandi Mwamani nalyanzari abantu abebukonzo West FDC nganahambire ebendera nganza erisima omukama kandi awa eribina biri kiberereria ende presidential candidate wetu Right Honorable Nandala James Mafabi abirihika kandi abandu bosi batawinde ekiwe kyosi ekikasese erimutangirira omulwanzu kandi omwamani nganza erikocha kandi nerisima abembembetya betu party president wetu na national chairperson wetu kandi nabembembetya betu okwa district
Masinya Butsebo, Honorable.
neribwinga ngabwindya ngabwe cyuma kisa ekiribwinde cyuma cyo kwa bendo ebyenga kwamirira ya umaklasi ya namabengeramu n'icyo digresha ngawet irirebya echawa mate kumushimbo pura nga kinamwekolera abataka
Masinya Butsebo.
abandu bose abayitsimbire nakulabirira omunanyo wose eyukende habucha erihanga litu lya Uganda ni Right Honorable Nandala Mafabi.
Masinya Butsebo, Honorable, because we are 3 minutes beyond, because namanga kama tu diverting a bit, so I thought we please we
Wasinja moderator
Yes.
ngalikula Alfred Kwera, General Secretary wa FDC wa Kasese, kandi flag bearer wa LC3 mu Central Division Kasese Municipality,
Masinya Butsebo.
kandi nijenga ngamembetiri omukoro wa kiro kya munawire wa lobongolo munawire kwasima presidential flag bearer wetu chairperson wetu wa party president etimu yose usana na riasa abantu nyobo shimwe muri eyo FDC yose mwayika ho ine leadership
Masinya
mba
Butsebo.
na lubani ke lumba mwasija
Yes, bwana, boishe mshakuru. We are beyond, but I thought we should
Mwanzo tabuachebe
show what
show wachivoya
Ngai.
olobolo omuho wa Abdul ndiye no munyachowa
Yeah.
nawe ritendi bulia abudiri bulia ya usiri ngirikira abantu bakamenya
Ngai.
emerenge emebuya kandi hambire FDC kwa ini nyuma abahurigirire FDC kutsebo muwira situta emerenge ya tusita huluka kuna tuti abayeni
Ngai.
ngokumanaje sitwa bule chero at least every week wherever on media.
Yeah.
So now that we mutuka receiving a president wetu na candidate we presidential motuka watu chuhutu kubuye bwabo ngokumanaje sikabu kumamata ku microphone kwa ngana mukanye na mbulechi
Masinya Butsebo. Yeah, Masinya Butsebo.
so mwasinja abanyakasese
Masinya Butsebo.
mwabere ngwalere chikaunza
Masinya Butsebo.
namwashiyala just ya 12 ko kubanza ashesha ko liberunza rara eche mumukangania munabire mwamite sisoni shabolo bokerekanya mmembi elingi ifudisi siyereyo
Please.
mwasinja
Masinya Butsebo.
ebe ndo mwabereka
May I request the presidential candidate to say just a word, because we are 5 minutes beyond our time. Just a word.
I want to also take this opportunity to thank the team. You know, I was nominated. My nominator was my sister Florence and Honorable Jack Sabit. So thank you very much for nominating me. In addition to the other signatures. And of course, Mr. President, I got so many presents. I was presented with a spear and a shield to defend Uganda. I was presented with a basket where I'm going to collect all my votes from Kasese when they are full. I was presented by an umbrella by Sister Florence that now when it's raining and whatever. But I want to state that even if we have a very big, rich manifesto, we would like the press, and I'm presenting it so that you really read it. There are those one who are violated in blue, and they will clearly state, for simplicity, just 2 sentences. We call, let me give an example. How do we call coffee? Umani. The black gold for job creation. We come here, we have fisheries, the blue economy for jobs. We have livestock production for creation. We have here cotton, the white gold for job creation. We have tea, the magnet, this the money magnet. So if you read this, and even the security, you will get them what we are going to do for them. They hate it. You know the anger of the security beating us is because he has left home without anything.
Okay, Honorable, please.
This one,
Yes.
PDM.
Yeah.
ATM people are supposed to get 1 million.
Yes.
But they are getting 500,
Yeah,
1
because
million.
we have to give
That
him.
one will be also, we shall leave it for the people who don't start on a clean plate. Don't get worried
Yes.
that they will be arrested. Nothing. That one in our
Okay.
government, we start a new phase.
Please.
People
Yeah, please.
yeah. So I can hand over this.
Yes.
You can have
Yeah.
it,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
God bless you people.
Thank you so much. About the Chimbo Omusondolia, I'm really informed that Honorable Nana Mafavi has not come for the first and last time under this kind of arrangement. I am told I'm a kende shubola a chiro ne chiro owa kabere no waka satu. So abakanze ribulia mukindi shabulia, you will still ask because he will come back the second time and the third. Yes. But also at the same time, by the Jana Kasoma Bua, anauti abantu buwe hanu be FDC, especially kaso bigogo munamo shinde kende bisha kuluka buchapa so be FDC aba chiema aba ikwera aba honde bukatusabe bakindi bangana kusubamu. They will have they have the answers but not to subamu. Please masinja kutsebe chicho munabire masinja kutsebe hokenda chicho munabire. I know they are here. I have got 276 posts about, I mean, from WhatsApp, but please, please, we shall.